Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a trying new makeup drugstore edition. I'm trying to incorporate more drugstore products here on my channel, so let me know if you like that down below. Today I'm partnering with Walmart again for their Here for Every Beauty campaign. I've worked with them a couple times, so thank you to Walmart for sponsoring this video. What I love about it is I get to go in store or online and just buy whatever I want to try from Walmart. Walmart does have high-end makeup on their website, but I also want to keep this kind of drugstore affordable because Walmart is known for their low prices. So I like to keep everything low price so we can try out some new makeup, see if we can find some hidden gems for a lower cost. So Walmart does offer free 2-day shipping on most orders of $35 or more, and they do free returns, which I think is huge. Something doesn't work out, just return it, no big deal. They also do the shop online, pick up in store, which is great if you don't have a lot of time or you just want to pick a few specific products and then pick them up at your local Walmart. So I will have everything that I use linked down below, but let's get into what I'm actually using. The star of the show that I've been really wanting to try is this new Milani palette. This is the Gilded Jade palette. It's a face and eye palette. It's the green one. I wanted to do something different. Let me give you a close-up. So this has 2 highlighters and 9 shadows. So definitely going to be trying this out. Also very excited. I have the new blushes from L'Oreal. You can only get them at Walmart. These are the Blush Please Shimmering blushes. I have both shades. I'm not sure which one I'll use, but we'll just see when, you know, we play with the makeup. In that same collection, we have the Bronze Please. So this is brand new L'Oreal, like their summer collection, as well as Beach Bay. This is a face and body illuminator. I also have the new Covergirl Trublend Undercover Concealer. I've heard so many people rave about this. I've had it and I've held off because I want to do, you know, first impression on camera. Also have the Covergirl Outlast Active. I picked this up when I went into my Walmart. People say this lasts a long time. I think I just literally spit. Excuse me. People say that this lasts a long time, and that's kind of something that I'm looking for, especially in the summertime, so I really want to try this. Also have the lip gloss. This is the glowing lip gloss from L'Oreal. It's from that same kind of bronzy collection, as well as the Covergirl Easy-Breezy Brow Gel. I have a few other products, but I really want to play around with this because the shadows, honestly, a lot of times drugstores don't have, you know, more unique shadows, and these are quite unique. This is almost like a play on like a melt palette. So I want to play around with these and see how the highlighters are as well. So we're just going to go ahead and jump in. I'll have everything linked down below, and let's zoom in and begin. So I want to start off with the L'Oreal Beach Bay Face and Body Illuminizer. I have 21 light to medium. So to me, I'm a little bit like, is this okay for the face? We're going to use it on the perimeters of our face because it does say face and body. So I'm just pumping it out on my hand. I want to swatch and see what it looks like. Oh, so it's a little more sheer than I had anticipated. So this is what it looks like. That's really nice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pump out maybe like a pump and a half and use this on the high points of my face. I kind of like this because I thought it was gonna be probably a little bit more like Tin Man. A lot of times these liquid illuminators are like very metallic and they almost just accentuate. This is kind of in the middle. It's almost like glowy. I'm sure you can see that, and it does have a little bit of like a metallic property, but it's not like Tin Man, so you can actually really apply this and you're not like getting areas that are like just metallic and textured. So we'll see about this. It's a pretty big bottle, so I would say you would probably use it for your body a lot, but it's kind of interesting that it's okay for face too. And it does have a soft, kind of hydrating feel. It's not like super slick or anything, but it doesn't dry down and kind of like suction down. It kind of gives you some hydration as well. So for foundation, I'm gonna do the Covergirl Outlast Active. I have the shade Warm Beige. It says an all-day liquid foundation, 24-hour wear, sweat-proof, transfer-proof, oil-free, suitable for all skin types. So that's interesting. We'll just see. The shade is 845 Warm Beige. It does come in like a squeezy tube. It looks a little bit light for me. Well, maybe not. I think it'll be okay. The concealer I have is a little dark, but sometimes I don't want that really light under eye, so I just squeeze some out. Just gonna take a sponge and start applying. I've heard really good things about this. Specifically that it lasts all day. And I'm all about that. Okay, so the coverage looking like a good medium. Shade's looking okay. It looks a little peachy, but I'm okay with that because a lot of these new foundation launches, in my opinion, they're so yellow that they they just look orange. This is what the foundation looks like, and I think it's nice. It's a nice high medium coverage. You can build it. I feel like I'm almost too full, and it doesn't feel greasy. It doesn't feel tight though. It just kind of is like a satin finish. So if it wears well, I think I'm gonna really like it a lot for like every day. So now I'm gonna go in with this CoverGirl Trublend Undercover Concealer. I have the shade Golden Natural, which is probably gonna be a little bit deep, but I think that's okay. This has a huge doe foot. Basically, it's like a Shape Tape. So I'm gonna just take, oh no, the shade's fine. Okay, I thought it was gonna be a little bit dark. Honestly, I feel like I either end up having concealer that's way too light, like it's almost like fair, and I should go for a light, and then I have some that are too dark. This looks pretty good though. I kind of like lately the more not as bright under eyes, so let's blend this out. I've heard people rave about this, so I was really excited to try it. It's blending out really nicely. Yeah, that looks nice. Nice and smoothing. God, it really does remind me of the Shape Tape. I'm gonna take a tiny bit, just right there. That looks nice though. So to set, I'm going in with my Coty Airspun. I just love this for a drugstore option especially, but sometimes I choose it over high end, because it's that good. So I'm just gonna take it and press it into the skin, just set under the eyes, and then kind of just bring it down through the T-zone. This powder is really smoothing. It has a heavy scent, but I do think they have an unscented version, so you just have to kind of see what you can find in stores. Okay, I'm really liking this base. I feel like it looks nice and smooth. I have good coverage. So I'm gonna go in next with this CoverGirl Easy-Breezy Brow. They have different colors. I just have clear. Just wanna see how this holds, if it can really kind of give me that fluffy brow effect. The spoolie is very similar to like a Glossier Boy Brow or the Milk Makeup. And we'll see how kind of the hold is. And then to fill in, I've been using this for so long. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Studios, my favorite pomade, and this is in soft brown. It just works well. I've done some damage, if you can see. I just really like it. It hasn't dried out or anything. So for my actual brows, I like to kind of make a line underneath and then just do the hair-like strokes. So I'm just gonna use an angled brush. Okay, brows are on, and I feel like that CoverGirl did a good job at kind of giving me the fluffy brow trend. So we'll see how it holds. I want to go in now with this Gilded Jade palette from Milani. These are really cool because I think a lot of times drugstore eyeshadows tend to be on the safe side, or the palettes, they just don't intrigue me as much, but this one actually did. I want to show some swatches. I'm going to swatch the two highlighters. So they appear to be like pretty pigmented, these two highlighters right here. So I think I want to start off with the shade up here, the lightest shade, and see if we can get some pigment. I'm going to go ahead and just really lightly kind of blend this in the crease. This is a very light shade, so we'll see if it shows up or what kind of pigment we're getting. It's very, very light, but that's okay because it looks light in the pan, so we'll see. I'm using this more as like a wash. Okay, we definitely need some more pigment. I'm gonna go in, or some more depth. I'm going in with the shade Jaded. See how this one applies. Okay, yeah, this one's definitely building up. I'm having a little bit of fallout. I applied some of that Coty Airspun just because I want to catch out any fallout. So I'm just trying to deepen this up. These are a little bit powdery. Not as bad as, you know, some drugstore palettes I've tried, but they definitely have a powder kick up. Okay, I think I want to go into this kind of lime shade up here. It's shimmery, called Try Me. And I'm going to just apply this. Ooh, yes. I'm kind of, I want to say shearing it out. I'm not necessarily packing it on. I'm more like, I want it to be like a veil. I am wetting my brush for this, just so you know. I usually do that with shimmers. But this is nice. I'm not having to like struggle. I'm not having a ton of fallout. And I'm not being too precise. I mean, I'm kind of following like a half cut crease, but I don't need it to be perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the deepest shade called That's Deep. And I'm going to focus this on the outer edge. Definitely having fallout with the mattes, but so I'm just kind of setting that down. And I'm gonna blend with that first brush that we used. I almost wonder if these mattes would pop more if you had like an eyeshadow base. I typically just use concealer. They're translating a little bit lighter on the eye, so just be aware. The mattes, not the shimmer that I tried, but okay. I'm gonna wipe this away. A big tip for this is don't use a lot of pressure, because I feel like if you push hard, you're gonna push the actual darkness into your skin. So you really wanna like flick it very lightly. So I do want to do winged liner. I almost want to smudge it. I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to use my Maybelline Eye Studio. This is the Blackest Black. This is their gel pot liner, and it is just great. You really don't have to spend a lot to get a really matte pigmented black gel pot liner. I find them a little bit harder to work with than a pen, but they stay on and they're very like matte and dark. Okay, so I did my winged liner and I applied the Ardell Double Wispies. I will have them linked down below. These are really pretty and fluffy. Love that. So now I want to go on to the lower lash line, and I'm trying to decide which route I want to take. I'm thinking I want to try the sparkly shade Lagoon, but I don't know if it'll be too dark. So what I've done is I wet a brush, and I'm going to go into that shade. I'm going to saturate the brush, and I'm going to start on the outer corner. Whenever I use a shimmery shade on my lower lash line, I really want to make sure that my brush is wet. Sometimes with shades like this that are very deep and sparkly, they appear that way, but then they kind of are like, I want to say muddy with just like sparkle in the background, but this one actually applies nicely. Okay, I'm going to take the darkest shade That's Deep again. I'm going to smoke underneath here. I'm going back into that shade Lagoon up here and reinforcing that. This shade almost feels like a cream, which is nice. I'm going to take this Maybelline Tattoo Studio and put this in my waterline. So for my inner corner, I want to mix the two shades in the middle. Kind of mix the gold yellow and the lime green. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go even further because I'm obsessed with this shade right here, Lagoon. And I wanna even just make this more intense. This shade, wow. This shade is beautiful. Wow. This palette, the shimmers really shine. Okay, my eyes look wild right now because we're gonna finish the rest of the face. I'm going in with the medium shade. This is 03 Medium. This is the new L'Oreal bronzer. So this is an Walmart exclusive, and they have 3 shades, light, medium, and deep. So I'm going in with this one. Look how pretty it is. So I definitely need some warmth because I am looking just really heavy on the eyes. It's definitely a warm bronzer. It's really nice though. It has a little bit of a luminosity. So I'm gonna use this to really warm up my face. It's blending like seamlessly. It's just pretty warm, so I definitely wouldn't contour with this. This is like strictly if you need some warmth and you just want to look like sun-kissed. Okay, so I feel like I look super bronzed. I want to go in with highlight next and then do blush. So in the palette, there's two highlighters. The one that will work for me is Aura. This one's just too dark, so I'm going to go in. This is like that gold green. I'm assuming because everything in this palette is green. Definitely pigmented. Texture almost feels like a, not quite like a ColourPop Super Shock, but it's definitely got a bounce to it. Definitely intense. I'm also gonna do the brow bone. Kind of connect this out there. This is like the most intense look I've done in a while. I hope you guys like it. I know it's a little bit crazy, but I think it's kind of why I stick to like pinks and purples because they're just easier to work with. I've had a good experience with this palette, but I get nervous with like really deep. Ooh, that is pigmented. Wow. With really deep like matte shades, like this one was the hardest to work with, and that's kind of been my experience. So that was really intense. I'm gonna go in with the blush. We have two L'Oreal Blush Please. We have Riviera and Saint-Tropez. Honestly, these are both really pretty. So let me see which one. This is Saint-Tropez, which is more of like a neutral pink. They have high shimmer though. And then this one is, what is the other one I'm trying to see? Riviera. So something about like a bright kind of baby doll blush with greens and aquas. I really want to go in with Riviera, which is the more pinky one. These have high shimmer in them, so just note that. Ooh, that's pretty. Definitely has a shimmer to it, but I actually don't mind it. And I'm gonna go in next to Saint-Tropez, which is a little bit more neutral. And I'm gonna hit just like around my nose. I wanna look just a little bit kind of sun-kissed. I can even take some, ooh, I kind of like this one more. Wow, okay, I like these, I'm surprised. Okay, so now we're gonna finish off with lips. I have this duo from Hard Candy I bought, and this is in the shade Mauve Along. It's a lip liner and a lipstick. I'm just gonna use the lip liner. I want to try this formula out, but I have other lip products that I want to try, like in terms of lipstick. This would be nice to keep in your purse because it's a little like small. So I'm gonna go into the center of my lip, almost like a lip stain with this L'Oreal Paris. This is the lip color Rouge in Eye Saber, which is like a bright baby pink. I think these are meant to be sheer. When you look at this, it's like, whoa. But yeah, they're almost like a lip stain. So I'm gonna apply it like that, which it probably looks crazy and you're saying, no, stop. But I'm gonna go in next with the shade I Tease, which is a neutral. This is an interesting formula. Reminds me of the plushies from Lime Crime. That's a little deep. So to finish it off and lighten it up, hopefully, I'm gonna go into this glowing lip gloss from L'Oreal, and this is in the shade Shall We Dance? Not Shall We, Shell. This is huge applicator, like it's like a Tarte Shape Tape. Oh my god, it smells amazing. Oh, what is that? What does that smell like? That smells so good. Like a candy. Ooh, that feels good too. Alright guys, here's my finished makeup and I want to tell you my thoughts. Starting off with the L'Oreal Beach Bay. I actually like this. This is for face and body. It felt nice on the face. Like, it didn't feel like I was rubbing like a greasy oil, but it also wasn't drying. A lot of these products are super metallic and they kind of look a little bit like Tin Man-ish. This didn't have that. This is like a nice mix in with your foundation or your moisturizer. I'm assuming it would be really nice on the body as well. So I have high hopes for this, and this is a huge bottle. Moving on to this, I really like this. CoverGirl Outlast Active. I'm curious to see how it wears. I will pin a comment down below, but I really like it. It's cheap, it works well, it gave me good medium coverage, it's smooth, it doesn't feel like it's going to slide off, but it's not dry, so I really have high hopes for this. Also quite impressed with the CoverGirl Trublend Undercover Concealer. I've heard really good things about it. To me, this is just like a Shape Tape kind of dupe, very similar, so I think a lot of people would like this. If you don't want to splurge on like a high-end concealer, this would be a good one to try. The CoverGirl Brow Gel was just like a typical brow gel, so I would say, again, you can get a, you know, lower priced brow gel really anywhere. It worked for its intended purpose. I have mixed feelings on the Milani palette. So the highlighters are very intense. The one I used was very intense, which I like. The shimmers in here are absolutely beautiful. Let me just swatch the 4 shimmers in here. Where I think this palette is a little bit more difficult to work with is the mattes. So here are the shimmers. I think I used all the shimmers except for this one. Okay, the one on my lid is absolutely beautiful, and the one on my inner corner is intense and beautiful, and then this one surprised me the most. A lot of shades like this, you see them in the pan and you think, oh, okay, so it's like a deep navy or black and it has glitter in it. So most of the time, those kind of come out almost like they can get muddy, like a muddy gray black with just glitter dispersed in it. This actually, I mean, it's like metallic. The fact that I used it, look at that beautiful shade. The fact that I used it on my lower lash line and it really stuck, and it doesn't look just, again, like a muddy navy. There's actually that shimmer in there. Really pretty. So the mattes in here, not my favorite. I know they have different colorways, so we'll have to kind of play around. I think they have like a reddish one. They have a button, like a purple one maybe. They have a few different colorways. But I do think for the drugstore, this is something different. The fact that I could get this eye look with drugstore shadows, a lot of times it's harder to get, like, especially greens or limes or neons. A lot of the drugstore palettes are kind of in the neutral range, and I'm excited to see them expand. I think it's pretty good. I just think the mattes are a little bit less pigmented than I would have liked. Moving on to the bronzer, this was extremely pigmented, very warm. Now they have a light, medium, and dark. This is the medium, and I mean, it's definitely that warm kind of terracotta, reddish, I don't want to say orange. It's very warm, but very pigmented, and it blended beautifully. You can see it here. It's got that warm hue, a little bit of luminosity, but really beautiful overall. Just know that you won't be able to contour, but I think people would really like this, especially if you feel like a lot of bronzers pull kind of like gray on you. This one will make you look tan. I also really like the blushes. I like both of them, and they're shimmery, but I feel like almost the top layer has, it looks to me almost like a glitter overspray, so it looks really pretty, and then when you swatch it and you get down in there, it's more of like a satin. I mean, there's definitely some glimmer in there, but it's not like a highlighter. It's like a healthy sheen kind of glitter, so I'm okay with it. I thought they both applied beautifully on the skin, and I think the colors are beautiful. One is more like pink, and then one of them is more like a muted pink, but honestly, I like both of them, and so I think this is a good summer launch. It's just like the effortless, beautiful, glowy look. Also, I quite like these L'Oreal lippies. They're almost like a stain, and so I feel like you could apply these very sheer on your lips. I really like the pink, actually. And then this nude one, they remind me of the L'Oreal, not the L'Oreal, the Lime Crime plushies, which I think are beautiful, really pretty for summer and spring. Well, I guess it's not spring, but summer, because you can just apply them and then you can apply a gloss over. They're very natural, but they hang on. They're not thick. You don't get that line in the middle of your mouth. They just give you like a watercolor look, so I really like that. And then I do also like the gloss. I think they have 3 shades. This one is the lightest in Shall You Dance, which is basically like it's a gold nude shimmer. You guys, this smells incredible. I don't know what that smell is. It's something like from my childhood, but it just smells like candy berries, sweet. And these feel kind of like the Fenty Beauty on the lips. They're not sticky at all. They just feel kind of like hydrating. All right, guys, so that is it for me in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I showed you some new products you were maybe eyeing. You can pick up all of these products at Walmart, so I will link them down below. Some of them are exclusive to Walmart, so make sure to check out the description box. Thank you to Walmart for working with me again on this video. Let me know what you guys think of this look. Do you like it? Would you wear it? What products are you eyeing? Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.